your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It's still pretty mild across the area. In fact, some temperatures have actually warmed up this evening because of the fact that our winds are changing more out of the south thanks to a warm front that's moving through the area. So it's now up to 54 in Champaign, 57 in Decatur, 61 in Taylorville. It's up to 70 in Effingham. So it's actually the warmest right now than it was earlier on. It's up to 51 in Pontiac, too. So again, everything is on the way up thanks to the warm front coming through. We've got some rain showers entering the area from the southwest as well. And we've got cloudy skies on our Breccia weather camera in Champaign on our Roofing Dog iNet. You can tell the winds are changing more out of the south or southeasterly direction, and that's becoming more of the area. So that front is sliding to the north, and as a result of that, we're going to warm up overnight tonight. Obviously, though, we're talking about the potential for strong to severe weather tonight, and then especially for the day tomorrow, where we'll be looking at temperatures that'll be closing in on 70. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
There's been a really high demand.
But not a lot of places have been able to do coronavirus testing, where you could soon get it in your car. Some are prescribing 2 drugs that could help treat COVID-19. The problem is they're not being prescribed for patients. A house explosion rocked one county last night, and one neighbor says he's lucky to be alive.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
We couldn't test on a mass scale right this minute, but next week we will be able to test on a mass scale.
Thousands of people who may not be able to get tested at other hospitals will be able to see if they have coronavirus. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. Campustown Urgent Care in Champaign will offer COVID-19 testing for people who may not even show symptoms of the virus. They're hoping more testing will help control its spread. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays has more.
Medical professionals are implementing new ways to test patients for coronavirus. Campustown Urgent Care started testing patients about 2 weeks ago and have done roughly 70 tests.
There's been a really high demand where only a portion have actually been able to be tested out of that demand. And that's what we're trying to, reconcile with our new drive-up testing.
People with no symptoms, mild or severe symptoms, will be able to get tested completely from their car.
When they pull up to our facility, when we are out there, they have a confirmation number. We can, quickly get them swabbed, their specimens labeled, and then later that day we'll actually get the labs sent out.
They're hoping to start drive-up testing next week, and they're not the only ones making changes. Carl announced they will start on-site COVID-19 testing for approved patients. This means test samples can be processed at Carl, so the turnaround time for results will be quicker and could take about 24 hours to get results. But testing is still limited to specific populations of people who are symptomatic, high risk, and need hospitalization. But health professionals are reminding people to stay home as much as possible, so hopefully testing won't be needed.
You can be asymptomatic and still have this, and then transmitting that, and that's why it is so important for people to remain at home, sheltering in place, practicing social distancing.
In Champaign, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Campustown Urgent Care is getting about 2,500 tests. They say you will not need a doctor's referral to get tested, but people who don't have severe symptoms might not have the cost of that test completely covered by insurance. As of this afternoon, the Department of Public Health says there's more than 480 new cases and 8 deaths related to COVID-19 in Illinois. The state death toll is now 34. The state's total number of cases is over 3,000, and almost 90% of deaths in the state are people 60 and older. Macon County announced its first 2 cases tonight. One is a woman in her 50s who is in stable condition at the hospital. The other, a man in his 60s who is isolated at home. Members of Lakeside EMS in Effingham are preparing to go to New York. 4 of them will be heading out this weekend. They've all received hazmat and incident management training to prepare them for any scenario. New York has the highest number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. with nearly 50,000.
Everyone, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and all these individuals that are going, they all do have family members that are here, kids, wives. Something like this, we don't know if it'll be days, weeks, months. It's really unknown, and every time they accept this mission, they know that.
They'll likely either be helping relieve hospitals or working on one of the Mercy ships. Some prescribers are accused of trying to get drugs that are being looked at to treat coronavirus, but they weren't writing the prescriptions for their patients. The drugs hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin are used to treat malaria, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and bacterial infections. President Trump touted them as treatments for COVID-19. The executive director of Illinois Pharmacists Association says they have gotten reports from members and pharmacies that prescribers were calling in those prescriptions in large amounts for themselves, immediate family members, or other people close to them, and not for their patients who need them.
And these individuals are considered to be immunocompromised. And that actually puts them at an increased risk of being a target for COVID-19. And if they don't have their proper treatment, it could actually put them into the hospital, which is the last place we need them right now.
Experts say there's not enough clinical evidence that those prescriptions are a valid treatment. The combination of those drugs could have serious consequences, including hospitalization or even death. Here's an update from Mattoon. Lakeland College's field house could be made into an emergency medical site. The Board of Trustees approved an agreement with Sarah Bush Lincoln today, similar to one they had in 2009. That facility can house 200 patients in case of a medical disaster. The school says the agreement is just precautionary at this point. Another business is giving back to essential workers. Steak and Shake is giving discounts on burgers and fries through April 7th. This applies to people including doctors, nurses, law enforcement, delivery workers, maintenance, and grocery store workers. They have to show some form of employee ID when they go. We have a follow-up on our fight against hunger. We asked for your help to combat food bank shortages during the pandemic. You helped raise more than $350,000. That money will benefit 8 food banks in the state, including the Eastern Illinois Food Bank and Central Illinois Food Bank. You can still donate. You can go to the website that's coming up on your screen, or you can text FEED-IL to 91999. The governor announced a nearly $80 million increase in SNAP, or food assistance benefits. Almost 900,000 households in Illinois rely on SNAP. That's nearly 2 million people. This money will increase monthly benefits, expand access, and expedite the process. The governor says for some families, this will almost double their current benefits. The Secretary of the Department of Human Services says more help will be coming.
We have and we will continue to implement ways to help more families withstand the extraordinary pressures many are facing during this emergency.
The measure will also bring $6 million to help homeless shelters, as well as a stipend to child care providers. New for you tonight, there's been a debate on social media about the need to sanitize groceries you bring home. Today we got some information from a health expert. Julie Pride, head of the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District, answered your questions on Facebook. She says you do not need to sanitize groceries. She advises put them away and immediately wash your hands well. You should sanitize any surfaces they sat on, like your counter. To see her full interview, visit our WCIA 3 Facebook page. McDonald's normally deals in burgers, but soon they'll be handling masks. The restaurant chain announced it's donating $400,000 to the state's emergency management agency. They'll go to police and first responders. The state superintendent of education says schools will start remote learning days on March 31st. This will last until students can get back in the classroom. These days will count towards a student's attendance, so days won't have to be made up. Governor Pritzker also suspended state assessments for spring 2020, including the SAT. The Illinois State Board of Education is working with the College Board to give options to 11th grade students to take it in the fall. New at 10, a Central Illinois college is shutting down. McMurray College in Jacksonville opened more than 170 years ago. It'll close at the end of the spring semester. There are several reasons for it: fewer students, competitive costs, and what they call an insufficient endowment. Students will be able to transfer to other schools. The college has more than 100 full-time workers. We have a follow-up from Vermilion County. A house explosion rocked a neighborhood south of Georgetown last night. This happened just before 8 on Old Dam Road. No one was hurt during that. No one was living in the home that exploded, but people tell us they could hear that blast from more than 10 miles away. The explosion damaged nearby homes as well, knocking the house next door off of its foundation. And the owner of that house says he's scared to think of what would have happened if he had been in his normal chair in his kitchen.
I sat there all the time. If it wasn't for me going to sleep early, that would have blew me up right there. My refrigerator is knocked 3 to 4 foot clear to the other side.
Fire marshals are still investigating the cause of that explosion. We have an update from yesterday. IDOT says the shoulder of a bridge that was hit by a semi will remain closed until it can be repaired. It happened on Route 47 at the I-74 interchange near Mahomet. An engineer says one beam has significant damage after a semi towing 2 trucks on a flatbed hit it. He says they're working on a strategy to fix it and will do so as soon as possible. Illinois State Police will be sporting a new look, what they're not wearing to stop the spread of COVID-19. Plus, another business is giving back to first responders what they're doing for free. And just because Lovie Smith can't coach his team in person doesn't mean he can't hold them accountable. How he's doing that from behind a screen.